Now let us rent server from OVH. But before renting the server, let us understand what is OVH, why OVH, how to sign up to OVH, and then we'll actually get into renting the server. So, first and foremost, OVH is a infrastructure company where they provide servers in different categories, dedicated, cloud, etc. And they have multiple data centers. They rent both bare metal servers as well as virtual machines. They are one of the economical and reliable providers where we can actually rent the servers or virtual machines. Why OVH? So most of the working professionals might have access to bare metal server provided by their company, and they might have root access with that. I just want to take um, that scenario as one of the criteria for my demonstrations, and that's why I just want to um, rent a bare metal server. When I explore different providers, I realize OVH is a bit economical and also reliable, and hence I want to use that to rent the bare metal servers from there and set up CentOS 7 so that I am at the same level as an enterprise employee or systems engineer who have access to a bare metal server with Red Hat 7 or CentOS 7 on it. And also, in some cases, companies might fund the engineers to learn by renting servers, and they can use the way I am going to use uh, with respect to OVH. Sign up for the account, rent the server, and then they can take care of whatever they have to. Lot of guys have asked me why OVH, why not AWS EC2 or AWS, which is supposed to be a lot more cheaper. One caveat with AWS EC2 is they are already a virtual machine. So whenever you provision a EC2 instance, it's already a virtual machine. And if you want to use that and set up multiple virtual machines on top of it, it might not be that easy. It is quite tedious to create virtual machines on EC2 instances. And also, if you use AWS type of environments for more than 200 hours in a month, they can be expensive than renting dedicated bare metal servers. That's why instead of AWS, I'm actually choosing bare metal servers. I am going to create virtual machines on top of it so that I can demonstrate most of the DevOps or system engineering tools. That being said, now let us actually rent server from OVH. Before renting the server, you need to sign up for the account. To sign up for the account, you just go here and click on this, click on USA, click on sign in. Okay, click on create an account. You have to fill in these details: United States of America, type of account, let's say individual, first name, last name. You need to give password, email ID, so on and so forth, address, city, all these things. Okay, once you enter these details, you will get an email and you should be able to log into the OVH account. I already have the account, so I'm connecting to my account. So you can see here I'm able to log in. And if you want to order a server from here, you have to choose what type of server you want to rent, and then you can place the order. So in this case, if you want to rent a dedicated server, you can click on dedicated, and then you can go to order and then click on dedicated servers. It will take you to their kind of e-commerce platform where you can actually rent the server. These are some of the options which you can see, some of the fewer options which you can see. If you want to get all the server series which are provided as part of OVH, you can click on this OVH full dedicated server series, and then you can actually filter based upon your criteria. So in my case, I just want to check the pricing for 64 GB servers. So I am reducing or I am limiting the search criteria for 64 GB servers. Also, when it comes to CPUs, I am interested in 8 CPU and 16 threads, or 8 core 16 threads. There are only two variations. One is host 64H, and then another one is mini HG. I don't know why it is so expensive, and I'm not interested to explore also. But I typically rent these 64 GB servers. So in case if you want to rent this, you can click on configure, and then you can say order now. And then click on continue. So for some servers, you can rent for as low as a week to an year. For most of the servers, the frequency is 1 month through an year. So 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, etc. They will not give much of discount with longer period rentals. But what I have observed is they end up jacking up the server cost once every year. So if you want to be immune from those sudden hikes, if you want to rent a server for longer period, you can actually rent here. Okay, and then click on continue, and then click on continue. Make sure you accept the terms and conditions by clicking on this. Hit on continue, and then you can add a payment method if you are doing it for the first time, either by using PayPal and credit card, and then you hit continue. And then they will generate a purchase order. You can make the payment here itself, or you might get email, and you can actually pay through the email also. So in this case, I already have a server, so I will be using that. From here, it is pretty straightforward to make the payment either by using credit card or PayPal, and then within few minutes, you will get an email with with the details with respect to the server. Once you get the email with respect to the server, if you go to the web control panel, you will see the server here. For example, I will be using demo.itversity.com for the demo of installing operating system and all those things. You will see with this name in this list, you can actually change it, but there are certain things which you need to keep in mind before changing and giving meaningful names like this. It is not very straightforward. Okay, but for now, you will get a server with name like this, which will be displayed here, and you will see the configuration here. Once you have this, you can actually set up operating system and start using the server for whatever purpose you want.